You may have seen me wearing this piece a lot, and that is quite frankly just because it is one of my favourite things in my wardrobe. Whenever I put it on, I go, oh yeah, I do love this. And it's this 6040 Mountain Parker by All Blues Co, based on the one by Sierra Designs you may have seen, made in Korea for them. And the green is just the classic, isn't it? They do orange, purple, I think maybe blue as well, but even though I was tempted by the orange to get that deer hunter look, the green was the one for me. But I'm always happy this time of year when it's kind of warm outside, a bit drizzly, and it's perfect weather for this because it looks great just over in Oxford. I've got my Whitesville underneath, J-Press cap. Can't go wrong. A good all-rounder. So we're sat in Sadler's Yard just having a morning coffee before the day gets underway. This is one of my favourite areas in Manchester just because I don't think tons of people seem to know about it, and it's nice and quiet, nice and peaceful, and I love the architecture. Basically Sadler's Yard is where all the old co-op buildings were in Manchester, with the infamous CIS building looking over us. An old co-op building there, which I think unfortunately is being demolished. It's currently empty, but I love the architecture around here, the blues, the creams, bit of mid-century architecture. There's a Michelin star restaurant there called Scoff, which I've never been to. And I love the curvature on the side of that building. And here, that is a venue and eatery and all that kind of thing called New Century. Back in the 60s, people like Jimi Hendrix played there. I've been to see jazz musician Matt Halsall there, and it's an incredible venue. You should go just for the ceiling alone. If you've never been there, you'll know what I mean if you have been there. If you haven't, go for the ceiling. You'll thank me later. Or just Google it and you'll get what I mean, so I don't just sound like I'm like, God, look at the Artex on that ceiling. Can you tell I used to do a bit of decorating? How else would I know what Artex is? I did write a blog ago how I think autumn is ivy, and I think I was born in the autumn anyway, but autumn is definitely my favourite month. And whenever it gets to like this kind of weather in summer, people probably hate me because I'm just dreaming of it being autumn, pulling out the Shetland sweaters, the raincoats. On the bottom, as you can see, I've got Sebago Waxy Rangers with some Muji socks I picked up in Japan, and my 1950, these are 1947 sugarcane jeans that I got from Hanoi. Tell you what, these shoes have been an absolute workhorse for me. If you're ever thinking of getting a pair, honestly, I'd really recommend it. I've worn them just about every day for the last maybe year and a half, and they're the most comfortable things I've got. They're getting really worn in, which I think they just look better for. Really nice pair of shoes. You can see a little mark on it there. That's from doing the kickstand on an e-scooter. How cool is that? Not a motorbike, a Lime e-scooter. But yeah, again, it falls back to that thing of me pretending it's autumn all year round. But these are a perfect shoe, I think, for all year round. I've seen people wear them with shorts. I've not really done that yet. I've done it with deck shoes, but I think these could work really well. The 47 sugarcanes also come in black, and it's the true black you would have got back in 1947, not overdyed, almost the salt and pepper look. And the other pair of jeans I always wear are the SD108 by Studio de Artisan, which are a relaxed taper. One of the original Osaka 5 brands. I am very nerdy about them. Manchester is good for a lot of things, and at the minute, it's sandwiches. If you want a good sandwich, Rack is where it's at. Not sponsored. Good morning. It is gearing up to be a very hot day here in Manchester. It's a new day, by the way. Bit of a transition. But yeah, it's meant to be 30 degrees, 29 to 30 degrees here in Manchester, which is very hot. Hence the outfit change. Very uncommon for me to wear a t-shirt. I very barely do just on its own. It's normally worn as an undergarment. This one is a really nice one. It comes in a 2-pack from the Real McCoys, a brand that I just love. Really nice, ring spun black. Can't go wrong, especially as it's a 2-pack. I've gone for lighter denim today as well. I normally wear, I think 15 ounce is my sugar canes, and today I'm wearing 9 ounce. 9 ounce Studio d'Artisan D1844Us, which are their 1950s cut. You'll normally find that high street denim sits around about 9 ounces, or at the higher end of their weight anyway. So these are the lightest pair of denim I've got. They're really nice, particularly for this kind of weather. Compared to some of the other jeans I own, my heaviest is 17 ounce, so this 9 feels like an absolute breeze. For my shoes, I'm wearing Shoes Like Pottery, a really cool brand, Japanese brand known for their signature blue sole. These are in mustard, and it's a colour I just love, especially in footwear. Very underrated. Shoes Like Pottery get the name because, like a pot, their shoes are made on a kiln. Go and give them a read and get to know the brand, because they're really cool. Japanese craftsmanship at its finest. And I can't forget the cap, of course. The cap is by John Simons for their anniversary. It is Ivy the Elephant, which celebrates their Indian Madras shirts that they do. Proper cool. As always, the coffee is black. While we're on the topic of t-shirts, I think it's important to say, no, I haven't seen the bear before I mention this next brand. My favourite t-shirt, I think, is the Whitesville tees. I just love them. I love everything about them. I've mentioned them before. I picked up a couple in Japan. I've picked them up here in the UK. They're, again, 2-pack tee, but they're based on one of them ones you would have got from like a general store in America in the kind of mid-century era. Or they even look like standard US military issue. I love them because of the fit, how lightweight they are. I'd say they're probably more of a undergarment than they are an outer garment. That's just personal preference. I think some people do like to wear them on their own, but it's one of them things. It's what you're wearing it for. What's the purpose? I like to put them underneath an Oxford shirt. I love the high collar. What makes them special is that they're ring spun like this. They've no side seams, which means the whole body of the tee itself is just one piece. It's literally spun into the tubular fit, making them extremely comfortable, and they mold to you. Whitesville comes in white, black, grey and navy. I've only got the white, and day to day I wear them loads. There is lots of talk online about them shrinking, and they do shrink, but that's kind of like what you'd expect from that kind of t-shirt. It's not a shrink to fit, but they do shrink to fit you, and if that makes sense. And it makes no sense at all, I know. They shrink a little in the length, but honestly, one of the most comfortable t-shirts I've ever worn. Yeah, and depending on how you want them to fit, yes, you can be like Jeremy Allen White in the bear and wear them on their own if you want that kind of like muscly look. But if you're wearing them as an undergarment as opposed to a vest, I really recommend Whitesville. Just look at the packet of these Whitesvilles for one. I love it. I love the attention to detail. I love the kind of old 50s style branding, the label of highest quality knitting. 2 short sleeve t-shirts, of course, in there. The national underwear, heavyweight. Now it says heavyweight. I wouldn't say they are really. I think that's more of just a branding thing, but I definitely wouldn't call them heavyweight. I think that's more of a stylistic approach, to be honest. Reinforced collar. You can see the stitching's really nice on the collar. And yeah, just everything about these, I love it. I love the typography, I love the attention to detail, and that's what Japanese makers just seem to get right. So on the topic of Japanese branding, how we had with the Whitesvilles, you'll see that it said heavyweight, and I find that sometimes Japanese branding is more about the style than what it actually is. As you'll see, this is my Real McCoy's heavyweight sweatshirt. I love this. I wear it to death. It is an absolute staple of mine. But as you'll see, it's made in Japan. It says Los Angeles, which is a really cool detail. I think if you didn't know Real McCoy's, you'd maybe pick it up and think it was made in Los Angeles. But of course, it's harking back to that Japanese kind of love affair with Americana. This is obviously loop wheel sweatshirt, based on kind of ones that athletic teams were wearing back in the mid-century. But I love this proper V gusset on the back. And the thing that you can tell with sweatshirts, whether they're good, is whether this is actually functional. The V is there to stop the collar stretching and going out of shape. It's stitched in, and sometimes you'll find that it's not different fabric to the actual jersey itself. If you turn it inside out, you'll see fleece inside, and this stretches so that when it goes over your head, this part stretches as opposed to the whole neck itself, and there's one on the back as well. And this helps the neck keep its shape, and that's what makes a good quality sweatshirt. So it's perfect weather at the minute to wear a Madras shirt, and this is one I recently took to Japan by John Simons, and as you can see, it's proper Madras, hand woven, loomed in India. And basically you can tell a true Madras shirt by if it's made in India. So they get the name Madras because that's what the city where the cotton was woven was originally called, now known as Chennai. And basically Madras pattern is made using vegetable dye. And a lot of the old labels you'll see that will say guaranteed to bleed, and this is a really cool feature. Like denim, how denim fades, people look for in a genuine Madras shirt the bleeding. I've watched this one a lot. You can kind of see where the fading's coming in, but like you'll see the vegetable dye will almost run within the colours, and it's a really cool feature. It gets a really kind of worn in look that is just beautiful over time. And yeah, you may want your Madras shirt to look kind of great all year round, but it will. I promise you, the more you wash it, the better they look. This one's a popover by John Simons, and I always look out for these when John Simons drops them. It's got obviously all the details you'd want in a good Madras shirt, and John Simons makes one of the finest out of there. So yeah, there's lots of alternatives, of course. Beams Plus, Brooks Brothers, Ralph Lauren, the list goes on and on and on, but John Simons make a fantastic Madras shirt. So while I was hanging that up, I just spotted this and thought I'd better tell you about it. This is a Brooks Brothers fun shirt that I picked up whilst I was in Japan. I got it from Whistler, which you may have seen my reel about. But it's a seersucker fun shirt, fantastic fabric for summer, nice and lightweight. Seersucker comes from the Indian word, again on the theme of India, Shia Osheka, which I may be pronouncing incorrectly. But you can see it's a textured cotton fabric. It's really breathable. It dries quickly, making it fantastic for summer. And yeah, this is a fun shirt, which is a bit of an acquired taste, and I haven't worn it yet. I do love it, but I just haven't got round to wearing it, and I will do, and I will share more when I do. But yeah, I think fun shirts are something you either love or you really hate, and I just love the story of them. I love that Brooks Brothers back in the day would have all this leftover fabric in the factory, and rather than waste it, they'd make a shirt out of it, hence all the different colours, often different patterns and textures. But yeah, this is a fine example of a summer lightweight shirt by Brooks Brothers in a gorgeous seersucker fabric. When I was in Japan, I bought this short sleeve rugby shirt by Barbarian that I'm wearing now. And Barbarian's readily available in the UK. You can find it pretty easily. Made in Canada, one of the best rugby shirts you can get. But for whatever reason in the UK, you just can't get the short sleeve versions, which is a perfect summer option and a different version of the long sleeve that's obviously very easy to get from a number of places. So here's my plea to menswear stockists of Barbarian in the UK. Please, please, please consider getting the short sleeve version, because I really like this. I got this from Maine in Tokyo. Great little shop, and down the road is Magnif, who sell vintage menswear magazines, which I highly recommend checking out. So please, please someone stock Barbarian short sleeve rugby shirts.
Attention,